All right, welcome back to Friday Night Comics. Tonight I'm going to showcase 5 books that I've picked up over the last few weeks. First up is a interesting book that has a really good chance of becoming a television show at some point, and I believe it's even being discussed. That is The Department of Truth, #1 from Image Comics, and the premise behind this is really cool. Essentially, all the conspiracy theories that are out there are all true, and they've been covered up for years by the Department of Truth. Think of the fake moon landing conspiracy, flat Earth, Kennedy assassination, stuff like that. So definitely sounds really cool. I think it would make for a really good TV show. So time will tell on that. Up next is a new character to the DC universe, or a newer character. I first came across her when I was catching up on my Action Comics Superman backlog. And it is Naomi, who is a young teen from an alternate Earth that's all kinds of messed up. And she's now on our Earth with an adopted family. She's got energy powers, and she can't really control them. So she seeks out the help and advice from Superman. And anyway, she's brand new to the DC universe, and she actually has a television show, I believe, scheduled to air this fall on the CW. So depending on how popular or unpopular that show is, will ultimately determine the price trajectory of this particular book. Okay, up next, probably someone that's going to become a big player in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Already has a TV show on Disney Plus scheduled to come out. The actress has been cast, and the book is Invincible Iron Man #9. The character is Ironheart, and just again an MIT kid developed her own suit of armor, not unlike Iron Man, and ultimately gets the endorsement of Tony Stark to be a superhero, and essentially she's the female Iron Man. And with Tony Stark now dead in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I think it's more likely than not we're going to see her maybe take his place to a certain extent. But yeah, and I can see Disney throwing a lot of hype behind this character. Not only is she obviously female, she's ethnic, and two criteria Disney loves with their lead characters. So, Invincible Iron Man #9 from July of 2016, first appearance of Ironheart. Up next is a book that I think is already kind of blown up, but I think it's going to blow up even more because the seeds have been planted for this team to sort of become front and center in Phase 4, potentially, depending on where the X-Men are at this point. But it's the Young Avengers, #1. And, we're already seeing the WandaVision kids, and then Kate Bishop, female Hawkeye. She has a show coming, and these are all members of the Young Avengers. And Kevin Feige, I believe, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, he's actually come out and said he definitely has major Avengers plans in the near future, and I think 2 or 3 things. And so definitely I think Young Avengers is going to be one of them. The other 2, I speculate maybe an all-female Avengers team, something like that. Maybe West Coast Avengers. But yeah, so I think Young Avengers is going to be first up on the docket for a new Avengers franchise. And I wanted to grab this one while I could because it is rising and fast. So yeah, this is from April of 2005. And this last book is, this is the biggest one of the bunch. And a character who I'm surprised we haven't seen more of yet, but probably because of the whole rights to the X-Men universe and whatnot. But anyway, this is Nyx #3. And if you're not familiar with comics, but familiar with the movies, this is Laura Kinney, and she was in Logan. And she is Logan's daughter, and essentially she's the female Wolverine. And she's appeared in comics and I think some animated stuff. But we haven't really seen her fleshed out on TV or in film yet. My understanding is the director of Logan, James Mangold, had it in mind to do a follow-up film called Laura, which would have featured her, obviously, but that hasn't come to pass yet. But I could totally see this character becoming a big deal, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe at some point, and just too cool of a concept. So you got Riri, you've got Laura Kinney, I keep saying it wrong. You got Kate Bishop on the Young Avengers, and there's a lot going on with female lead characters potentially, and Anyway, so I wanted to grab this one. And this, I don't know if you consider this to be a spec book any longer. I think it's probably considered a key book now. So it's one of those things where, yeah, it's expensive now. I think it's going to get more expensive, and I wanted to jump on before it got too out of hand and out of my price range. So there you have it. Friday Night Comics. I'll just spread these out here. Nick's number 3, Young Avengers number 1, Invincible Iron Man number 9, and the Department of Truth. Take one last look here. Anyway, that'll do it. As always, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later.